Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, so imagine having a dermatologist on call 24/7 right there in your pocket. I mean, that's the big promise of an AI-powered app called SkinWise. It claims it can analyze your skin from just a single photo. But can it really deliver on that? That's a huge claim, right? And it brings up a really critical question. Can your phone actually be your dermatologist? Today, we're going to unpack exactly what this app does, how it all works, and maybe most importantly, what the catch is.
All right, so first up, let's just look at the big promise. What is SkinWise offering that's getting so many people's attention?
I mean, if you just look at this list, it's basically a whole skincare consultation from top to bottom. It says it'll go way beyond just identifying things like acne or redness. It promises to figure out your skin type, suggest what might be causing the issue, and then build out a whole care and prevention plan for you. And crucially, it also says it'll tell you when, it's time to call in a real professional.
That is a really compelling package.
Okay, so that's a pretty impressive list of features. But what's it actually like to use? How do you go from just a photo of your face to all that detailed feedback?
Well, the process itself couldn't be much simpler. You just snap a photo, the app's AI chews on it for a few seconds, and then, boom, a full report is saved right there on your phone. Just 3 easy steps from a picture to a super detailed breakdown.
And this is what you get. It goes so much deeper than just saying, hey, you have acne. The AI tries to identify the main issue, it gives it a severity level, and it even determines your likely skin type. And from there, it gives you potential causes and a whole set of care and prevention tips. That is an incredible amount of detail to pull from just one single photograph.
So how can it possibly generate a report that detailed from one picture? Well, to understand that, we need to kind of pop the hood and take a look at the tech that's powering this whole thing.
The brains behind the operation is an AI model called Google Gemini 2.0 Flash. You can think of it like a super high-speed engine from Google that's just incredibly good at recognizing patterns in pictures. For this app, it's been specifically trained to spot the visual cues of all sorts of common skin conditions.
So naturally, sending a photo of your face to the cloud brings up the big question. What about privacy? Well, the developer is pretty clear here. While your photo does get sent to the cloud for that initial analysis, the results, the analysis itself, your entire history, that all gets saved locally, just on your phone. That means you can look at it offline and you can delete it anytime you want. The promise is that nothing is shared with third parties.
But beyond just the technology, this app has another massive ambition, making skincare knowledge accessible to literally everyone, no matter where they are in the world. And it tackles this by trying to break down the language barrier. And how many languages are we talking about? Not 10, not 20, more than 100. This means the AI's analysis can be understood by people almost anywhere on Earth. It's pretty amazing.
So here's how it works. The app's interface, the buttons and menus, that all stays in English to keep things consistent. But the most important part, that final, detailed analysis, can be translated into your language, whether it's Spanish, Hindi, Swahili, you name it. And what's really interesting is that the AI itself actually adjusts its prompts for each language, trying to deliver more culturally relevant advice. Okay, so we've seen the promises, the tech, the cool features. But now we've got to get to the fine print. How does a free app with this much power even exist? And what is the single biggest catch that you absolutely need to know about?
It's the question we ask with every free app, isn't it? I mean, with powerful cloud AI and all these features, someone's got to be paying the bills. So how do they do it?
And the answer, of course, is advertising. The app is supported by Google Ads. They're set up to pop up after about every 3 things you do. But they did keep the core process, taking a photo and getting your results, totally ad-free, which is, a nice touch.
But listen, a few ads, that's not the real story here. There is a much, much more important catch. It's something you absolutely have to understand before you even think about using an app like this one.
And here it is. This is the crucial point, and I'm just going to read the app's own disclaimer directly word for word. This app provides general skincare guidance only and should not replace professional medical advice. Always consult a dermatologist for serious skin concerns. It could not be any clearer. This is the single most important thing to remember. So let's think about it this way. What SkinWise is
is an educational tool. It's a digital diary to help you track your skin and maybe a guide to help you get ready for a real doctor's visit. What it absolutely is not is a medical diagnosis. It is not a replacement for a doctor, it's not a prescription service, and it's definitely not a regulated medical device. It's here to support you, not to substitute for actual medical care.
Which brings us all the way back to the beginning, but with a new perspective. Look, tools like SkinWise put a phenomenal amount of information right into our hands. They can educate us, they can empower us. So maybe the real question isn't, can AI replace our doctors? Maybe a better question is, how can we use it as a smart partner in our own self-care journey? I'm really curious. What do you all think?